Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a coin that could be worth a staggering $1 million. Sounds impossible, right? But there is a rare 2003 Lincoln penny out there that has caught the attention of collectors and investors worldwide. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of this rare coin and uncovering why it could be worth a small fortune. Stick around until the end, as we explore the details, the history, and how you can identify this elusive penny yourself. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, but the story we're about to tell starts in the year 2003. That year, most pennies minted in the U.S. carried a mintmark, indicating whether they were produced at the Philadelphia or Denver Mint. However, something rare and unusual occurred that year. Some 2003 pennies were minted without a mintmark at all. Normally, pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint bear a P mintmark. However, some 2003 pennies, despite being minted in Philadelphia, mysteriously lack this mark. At first glance, this may seem like just another small flaw in the minting process. But here's where it gets interesting. This missing mint mark has created an unexpected rarity that can make these pennies incredibly valuable. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, began noticing the missing mint mark, and the word spread quickly through the collecting community. With a small number of these coins in circulation, their rarity skyrocketed. And here's the kicker: if you have one of these 2003 no mintmark Lincoln pennies, it could be worth as much as $1 million. Now, before you start checking every 2003 penny in your change jar, it's important to understand that not every 2003 penny without a mintmark is worth this much. For a coin to command such a high price, it needs to be in mint condition. The best examples are those that are flawless, with no scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. These coins are often graded by professional numismatic organizations, and only those graded at a high level, like MS-67 or higher, are the ones that can fetch top dollar. Mint condition means sharp details on the coin's design, especially the features of Abraham Lincoln, as well as the date and the shield on the reverse side. The smoother the surface and the clearer the details, the higher the value. If you do have a 2003 no mintmark penny that looks brand new, it's worth getting it professionally graded to understand its true value. Grading is a critical part of the process. Professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, use a scale from 1 to 70 to determine a coin's condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. For a 2003 no mintmark Lincoln penny to be worth $1 million, it needs to be close to perfect, usually a grade of MS-67 or higher. Now you may be wondering, how do these rare pennies end up being worth so much? Well, it's all about the rarity factor. In the world of coin collecting, the fewer coins of a certain type, especially in exceptional condition, the higher their value. This 2003 no mintmark penny, despite being a small part of the overall 2003 penny production, is considered a highly coveted era coin due to its missing mintmark. But how did this happen? The answer lies in a minor mistake at the Philadelphia Mint. While the majority of pennies produced in 2003 were stamped with the P mintmark, a few slipped through the cracks without one. This small error is what makes the coin so valuable to collectors who are always on the lookout for rare and unusual variations. So, how much could you sell your 2003 no mintmark penny for? The value can vary greatly depending on its condition, with well-worn coins worth much less, while high-grade coins can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. But in rare instances, coins in flawless condition have been sold at auctions for upwards of $1 million. It's important to note that prices can fluctuate based on the market and the demand for these rare coins. If you think you might have one of these rare pennies, it's a good idea to have it appraised. The best way to do that is by contacting a professional numismatist or submitting it to a grading service. They'll assess the condition, verify the authenticity, and provide you with an estimated market value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, knowing the value of rare coins like the 2003 no mintmark Lincoln penny can be the key to building a truly valuable collection. It's always important to do your research, keep an eye out for rare finds, and remember that the value of a coin is more than just its face value. So, the next time you come across a 2003 penny, take a closer look. You might just have a rare treasure on your hands. Who knows? Your spare change could turn into $1 million find. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay updated on more exciting coin discoveries and valuable tips. We've got something truly extraordinary to talk about. If you're into rare and valuable coins, this one is going to blow your mind. Yes, today we're diving into the world of the 2060 mintmark Lincoln penny, a coin that has made headlines for its incredible market value of over $1.1 million. At first glance, the 2060 mintmark Lincoln penny might seem like just another penny, right? But when it comes to coin collecting, looks can be deceiving. This seemingly ordinary penny holds a secret that makes it one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in circulation. Let's start by breaking down why this particular penny is so special. The 2060 penny, minted in Denver, was part of a large production run, so you might think it's nothing out of the ordinary. But here's where it gets interesting. Coin collectors know that sometimes, a tiny mistake or flaw can create a rare and valuable coin. In this case, there was a small but significant error that turned the 2060 penny into a treasure. The error is related to the die used during the minting process. The die that struck some of these pennies had a misalignment. This error caused a subtle but noticeable doubling of the design on the coin, particularly on Lincoln's portrait and the date. It's known as a double die error, and it's one of the most sought-after mistakes in the world of numismatics. On a regular 2060 penny, you won't see any doubling in the design. But with the double die penny, the doubling is visible on the date, the mint mark, and even parts of Lincoln's face. This error makes the coin stand out like no other. So, why does this tiny error make the 2060 penny worth over $1 million? Well, it's all about rarity and demand. While millions of 2060 pennies were produced, only a very small number of them feature this doubling error. As with any rare coin, when the number of specimens is low, the value skyrockets. These special pennies have been sold at auction for impressive amounts. Some have fetched upwards of $1.1 million, thanks to the fact that so few are known to exist in such perfect condition. For collectors and investors, a coin like this is a dream come true. Not only is it a piece of history, but it's also an incredible financial asset that has the potential to increase in value even more as time goes on. The condition of the coin also plays a massive role in its value. Coins are graded based on their wear, with coins in mint or near mint condition being worth significantly more. The more pristine the penny, the higher its price. A well-preserved 2060 double-die penny can easily reach that $1.1 million mark. But here's a word of caution. If you're thinking about going out to search for one of these rare pennies in your pocket change, keep in mind that the chances of finding one are incredibly slim. These coins are extremely rare, and even if you do come across one, it's important to have it professionally graded and authenticated by experts. Authenticating a rare coin is an essential step. Without proper verification, you won't be able to prove its value. Grading services like PCGS or NGC use a detailed process to assess the quality and authenticity of coins, and they help collectors ensure they're buying and selling genuine rarities. Many coin collectors spend years searching for these hidden gems. If you think you've found a 2060 double-die penny, your next step is to carefully inspect it, compare it to images of known examples, and then get it graded. If it passes, you could be sitting on a fortune. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for this incredible error coin. The 2060 mintmark Lincoln penny with the double die error may just be your ticket to owning one of the rarest, most valuable pennies in the world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to get notified of our latest videos on rare coins and collectibles. And remember, you never know when you might find a treasure in your pocket change. We're going to talk about one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins you might ever come across, the 1967 no mintmark Lincoln penny. This little penny, from 1967, is worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. So, what makes this coin so special? Stay tuned to find out. First, let's talk about the basics. Most of us are familiar with the Lincoln penny, which has been in circulation for over a century. It features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But if you've ever checked your pocket change and wondered about the different mint marks, you're on the right track. Mint marks are tiny letters on the penny that indicate where it was minted. But in 1967, something strange happened. Some pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. Normally, pennies from 1967 have a D for the Denver Mint, or a S for the San Francisco Mint. But a small number of these pennies were made without a mint mark, and this is where the mystery begins. So, why is this particular coin worth so much? Well, the 1967 no mint mark penny is incredibly rare. For collectors, rarity equals value. The absence of a mint mark on a 1967 penny is so uncommon that it caught the attention of coin enthusiasts and experts around the world. It's believed that only a few of these rare coins were ever made, and some say they might have been a mistake, or even the result of a few pennies being struck by error at the mint. This coin is considered an error piece, and that's what gives it its sky-high market value. Error coins like this one often command prices far above what you'd expect for a normal penny. When something like this pops up in the world of coin collecting, it's a big deal, and prices can soar into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even more. Now let's talk numbers. A 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny in perfect condition can be worth up to $1.2 million. That's right, a single penny, in the right condition, could be worth more than most homes. But why such a massive price? The high value is a combination of several factors: the rarity of the coin, its condition, and the demand from collectors who are willing to pay a premium for an item like this. In the past, similar rare pennies have sold for huge sums at auctions. The $1.2 million price tag is the most recent estimation for one in mint condition. So, how can you identify one of these rare coins in your own collection? It's actually pretty simple. The key feature is that missing mint mark. If you have a 1967 penny, look closely at the space underneath the year on the obverse. You should see either a D or an S, but if it's completely blank, you could have a winner. However, it's important to note that not every 1967 penny without a mint mark is worth a fortune. For a penny to fetch a price in the millions, it needs to be in pristine condition, which means it should have sharp details and no signs of heavy wear. Now, let's debunk a few myths. While there are plenty of rumors and stories circulating online about these rare pennies, not every 1967 no mint mark penny is valuable. Many collectors get excited when they think they've found one, but not every coin is in error, and not every coin is in mint condition. Be sure to have your coin evaluated by an expert to determine its true value. Just because it looks unusual doesn't necessarily mean it's worth a small fortune. There are also plenty of fake coins and altered pennies out there, so always be cautious. Error coins like the 1967 no mint mark penny are some of the most sought-after items in the world of numismatics. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to the mystery and the rarity of these pieces, and the stories behind them only add to their allure. Other famous error coins have made headlines for similar reasons, including the 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double-die penny. These types of coins have fascinated collectors for years and continue to fetch incredible sums at auctions. So, what should you do if you happen to have a 1967 no mint mark penny in your collection? First, get it checked by a professional. If it's a true error coin, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Don't just rely on online estimates. Have an expert appraise the coin, and if it's worth something significant, consider getting it graded and certified to prove its authenticity. Finding a rare coin like the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a once-in-a-lifetime event for many collectors. With a potential market value of up to $1.2 million, it's no wonder this coin has become a legend in the world of numismatics. Remember, when it comes to rare coins, knowledge is power. So keep an eye out for unusual pieces in your collection, and who knows? You might just have $1 million coin on your hands. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing coin discoveries. We're going to talk about one of the rarest and most valuable pennies out there, the 1982 no mintmark Lincoln penny. It's a coin that has sparked a lot of interest and confusion, especially because of its extremely high market value, which can reach up to $1.3 million. So, let's dive deep into what makes this penny so unique and why it's worth such an incredible amount of money. To begin, let's talk about the basics. The 1982 Lincoln penny was originally minted in two major varieties, one with a copper composition and another with a zinc composition. This change happened in 1982 when the U.S. Mint decided to reduce the copper content due to rising metal prices. However, this is where things start to get interesting. Typically, every U.S. coin has a mintmark, either in D for Denver and S for San Francisco, or no mintmark for coins minted in Philadelphia. But here's the catch. The 1982 penny that made its way into the spotlight doesn't have any mintmark at all, and that's where things get fascinating. Now, before we go any further, let's clarify something. Most 1982 pennies are completely normal, and they don't carry any special value beyond their face value of 1 cent. However, a few rare pennies from that year, with the absence of a mintmark, have become some of the most highly sought-after coins by collectors around the world. So, why is this penny so valuable? The answer lies in a fascinating mistake made by the U.S. Mint. It's believed that in 1982, there was a small batch of pennies that were mistakenly struck without a mintmark, even though they were minted in the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, the Philadelphia Mint's coins carry no mintmark, but there was a mix-up that caused these particular pennies to be viewed as a huge error. As you can imagine, error coins are a big deal in the world of numismatics. A missing mintmark error on such a popular coin as the Lincoln penny is extremely rare, and rarity, as we all know, drives up value. Now, let's talk about the real reason we're all here, the money. The 1982 no mintmark Lincoln penny is one of the most valuable coins of its kind in the market. While most pennies are worth only a few cents or, at most, a couple of dollars depending on their condition, the 1982 no mintmark penny can fetch an incredible price, often upwards of $1.30 million. This might sound unbelievable, but it's true. The exact price can vary depending on factors like condition, provenance, and whether the coin has been certified by a trusted coin grading service like the PCGS or NGC. High-quality examples of this rare penny, particularly those that are graded as mint state 67 or higher, can command the highest bids at auctions. So, how do you know if you've got one of these rare coins? Well, identifying a 1982 no mintmark Lincoln penny is a matter of looking closely at a few key features. Obviously, the first step is checking the date, 1982. The second thing you need to look for is the absence of any mintmark. There should be nothing underneath the date, where a mintmark would normally appear. Remember, the 1982 penny came in two different compositions, copper and zinc. While the majority of the pennies from that year were struck with the zinc composition, a very small number were made with copper. The copper variety of this particular era is the one that has the highest value. As with any coin, the better the condition, the higher the value. If the penny is in excellent condition with minimal wear, it will be worth significantly more than a penny that has been heavily circulated. If you find a 1982 no mintmark Lincoln penny, you should get it checked by a professional coin grader. A reputable grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can authenticate the coin and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the more money you could potentially make when selling it. If your penny is in mint condition and you've confirmed it's a genuine 1982 no mintmark variety, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Some have been known to sell at auction for millions of dollars, and they're always in high demand among collectors. So, there you have it, the 1982 no mintmark Lincoln penny, a coin that could potentially be worth up to $1.3 million. It's a great reminder of how rare errors and unusual features can turn an everyday coin into a priceless piece of history. If you have a 1982 penny in your collection, it's definitely worth taking a closer look to see if it might be the elusive no mintmark variety. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, leave us a comment below. We're going to dive into one of the most sought after and valuable pennies in the world, the 1952 Lincoln penny. You won't believe the incredible value it has on the market today. It's a story of rarity, history, and how one single coin can be worth over $1 million. The 1952 Lincoln penny may not seem like much at first glance. After all, it was minted over 70 years ago, and there are plenty of pennies from the 1950s still floating around in circulation today. But this particular coin, with its distinct mintmark from the San Francisco Mint, has become a symbol of rarity and value in the coin collecting world. So, what makes this penny so valuable? Well, it all comes down to the unique circumstances of its production, the rarity of its existence, and the condition of the surviving coins. In 1952, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies to meet the demand for everyday change. But something interesting happened during the minting process in San Francisco. The 1952 Lincoln penny was produced with a much lower mintage than other years, making it incredibly rare today. The 1952 penny is especially rare because it was struck with a slightly weaker die, which resulted in some coins being struck with off-center designs and worn-out features. This makes finding one in top-notch condition even more difficult, adding to its desirability among collectors. Most 1952 pennies you'll find are in lower grades, often with visible wear and tear. However, some coins have survived in mint condition, preserving their original details. These high-grade specimens are where the real money is. If you manage to find a 1952 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition, with sharp details, bright luster, and no visible signs of wear, you could be sitting on a small fortune. In fact, a coin in such pristine condition could be worth up to $1.4 million. The 1952 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that only comes around once in a while. When you find one in excellent condition, it's not just a valuable coin, it's a piece of history. It's a reminder of the artistry and craftsmanship that goes into every coin the U.S. Mint produces. And when you get one that's rare, you're looking at a collector's dream. Now you might be wondering, how do you determine if your 1952 penny is worth a small fortune? Well, it all comes down to grading. Coin grading is a system used to assess the condition of a coin, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A 1952 penny in poor condition might only be worth a few dollars, but if you find one in mint state, or even near mint state, its value skyrockets. Some of the highest grade 1952 pennies have fetched over $1 million at auction. Just a few years ago, one of these pristine 1952 Lincoln pennies sold for a record-breaking $1.4 million at an auction. It was a shocking moment for coin collectors, but also a clear sign of the incredible value and demand for these rare specimens. But don't think you'll just stumble upon a 1952 penny worth $1 million in your pocket change. The odds are incredibly slim. However, this video has sparked your curiosity, and perhaps you'll start searching your own coin collection or looking for rare finds in your spare change. Who knows? You might just get lucky. So, what do you think? Have you found any rare pennies or coins worth a fortune? If you have a 1952 Lincoln penny or any other rare coins, make sure to have them professionally graded. It might be worth more than you could ever imagine. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and tips. We're diving into one of the most mind-blowing coins out there, the 2008 no mintmark Lincoln penny. Now, if you've been collecting coins or just happened to stumble upon a 2008 penny in your pocket change, you might want to pay extra attention to this one, because it could be worth a lot more than you think, up to $1.50 million. Before we get into the specifics of the 2008 penny, let's take a quick step back and talk about the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, first issued in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has undergone many changes over the years, with different designs and minting processes. But one thing has remained constant: its significance to coin collectors, and its presence in everyday life. Now, let's fast forward to 2008. The U.S. Mint was busy with a special redesign of the Lincoln penny. That year marked the introduction of the Presidency series, where the coin featured two major variations of the design. The first design, which appeared on pennies minted at the Philadelphia Mint, featured the reverse of the Lincoln Memorial. But it's the second variation that collectors are really after, the 2008 penny with no mintmark. If you look closely at most U.S. coins, you'll see a small mintmark indicating where the coin was made. Most of the pennies minted in 2008 came from either the Denver or Philadelphia Mint, both of which have distinct mintmarks. However, some of these 2008 pennies came out without any mintmark at all. Typically, this would be a sign of an error in the minting process. The lack of a mintmark on the 2008 penny is what makes it so special. If you find one in your change, it could potentially be worth thousands, even millions of dollars. But here's the catch. These, no mintmark, coins are extremely rare and not easy to come by. So, how much could a 2008 no mintmark penny be worth? Well, this is where things get interesting. While the regular 2008 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the error version, without the mintmark, has been known to sell for much, much more. In fact, some of these rare pennies have been auctioned off for upwards of $1.50 million. It's important to note that the condition of the coin plays a major role in its value. A 2008 no mintmark penny in perfect condition could fetch a fortune, while one with significant wear or damage would be worth considerably less. However, even in less than perfect condition, these coins are worth much more than the typical 1 cent denomination. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? This is the most important detail. If your 2008 penny doesn't have the letter D for Denver or P for Philadelphia near the bottom of the coin, it could be a no mintmark penny. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins that have minimal wear and tear. If your penny looks like it's been sitting in a jar for years, it won't fetch nearly as much as a coin in mint condition. The 2008 design features a special depiction of Lincoln on the obverse and a design change on the reverse. Make sure the penny you're inspecting looks like the typical 2008 penny in terms of design, but just lacks the mintmark. If you're lucky enough to find a 2008 no mintmark penny in your collection, you'll want to get it appraised. There are several reputable auction houses and online marketplaces where rare coins are sold, including places like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and even local coin dealers. Just make sure to get a proper certification and appraisal before selling or listing your coin. The market for rare coins can be volatile, but with the right resources, you could end up with a pretty hefty payout. Be careful, though, there are scammers out there who prey on coin collectors. Always make sure you're dealing with trusted professionals when buying or selling rare coins. Never trust anyone who promises a certain price or claims to have an inside connection to make your coin worth millions. So, there you have it, the 2008 no mintmark Lincoln penny, a coin that could be worth up to $1.5 million. While finding one of these rare pennies is certainly a long shot, it's always worth checking your change, as you never know what you might come across. If you have any 2008 pennies lying around, make sure to take a closer look before you spend them. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest coin-related content. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your coin hunting. If you're a coin collector, history buff, or just someone who loves learning about rare treasures, you're in for a real treat today. We're about to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1969 D mintmark Lincoln penny. What's so special about this coin? Well, it's worth a staggering $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, minted in 1969, can be worth a fortune. So, let's get into it and uncover why this particular penny has earned such a high market value. To understand why the 1969 D penny is so valuable, we first need to explore a little bit of history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, the design of the penny has remained largely unchanged, with the exception of the reverse design and some minor changes over the years. The 1969 D penny comes from the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's most important facilities. The Denver Mint is responsible for producing a variety of coins, including pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and even gold and silver bullion coins. In 1969, the United States was experiencing a period of economic change, and people were going about their everyday lives, not knowing that a small mistake at the mint would set the stage for a rare coin worth millions. So, what makes the 1969 D penny so special? The answer lies in a rare minting error known as the doubled die error. This occurs when a coin is struck more than once by a die, which results in the design being stamped onto the coin twice. This error is particularly notable for coins with the D mintmark from Denver. In the case of the 1969 D penny, the error resulted in the doubling of the letters, especially the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions on the obverse, or front, of the coin. When this penny was first released, no one realized the magnitude of the error. However, as collectors and experts began to examine coins more closely, it became clear that a small number of these 1969 D pennies had been struck with a doubled die, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after. Now, let's get to the jaw-dropping part. How did this coin end up being worth $1.6 million? The value of the 1969 D doubled die penny skyrocketed after a single example of this coin sold for over $1 million in a 2018 auction. The coin in question was graded by professional numismatists as being in near-perfect condition, which only added to its value. As with most rare and valuable coins, condition plays a crucial role in determining price. A coin in mint condition is far more valuable than one that's worn or damaged. Additionally, the rarity of the 1969 D doubled die penny makes it an incredibly coveted item for collectors. Only a few examples of this error were ever discovered, and the number of those still in circulation today is extremely limited. Because of its rarity, historical significance, and unique features, collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts to own one of these pennies. If you're lucky enough to find a 1969 D penny in your collection or while out searching through rolls of coins, how can you tell if it's the valuable doubled die variety? It's actually not as difficult as you might think. First, you'll want to closely examine the obverse of the coin, particularly the inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust. On a double die penny, the letters will appear to be doubled or blurred, especially when viewed under magnification. Look for a clear, distinct doubling of these letters. The mintmark, D, will also be doubled, but this is more subtle. If you find one of these coins, don't just assume it's a regular 1969 D penny. It's worth taking it to a professional coin dealer or a certified numismatist to get an official assessment. They can help you confirm whether the penny you have is the rare doubled die variety, and if it is, you might have a small fortune on your hands. The market value of the 1969 D doubled die penny has fluctuated over time, but one thing is certain: it remains an incredibly valuable coin. As of recent auction results, a coin in good condition could easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars, while one in near-perfect condition could sell for over $1 million. For example, in 2018, a 1969 D doubled die penny sold for an astounding $1.6 million, setting a record for the coin. If you are considering selling or buying one of these rare pennies, it's essential to work with reputable dealers and auction houses. The rarity and value of these coins make them a prime target for counterfeiters, so ensuring the authenticity of your coin is critical to getting the right price. While the 1969 D doubled die penny is certainly a gem, it's not the only rare and valuable coin out there. If you're a coin collector, you'll want to keep an eye out for other valuable pennies and rare coins from different years. Some of the most sought-after U.S. coins include the 1909 SVDB penny, the 1914 D penny, the 1955 double die penny, and several rare quarters, dimes, and half dollars. Each of these coins has its own fascinating story and can be worth a lot of money, depending on their condition and rarity. So, there you have it. The 1969 D Lincoln penny with the double die error is a true treasure, worth up to $1.6 million in the right condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this rare coin is a perfect example of how a small mistake at the mint can lead to a massive fortune. If you happen to come across one of these pennies, make sure you check for the double die error. It could make you a millionaire. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information interesting, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. We have an incredible story to share with you. Imagine holding a simple penny, one that might look like any other in your pocket. But what if I told you this very penny could be worth up to $1.7 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today, the rare 1964 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. The 1964 Lincoln penny, a coin that was minted in the United States during the height of the 1960s, is typically not something you'd think would fetch a high price. After all, 1964 is a regular year for coin collectors. But here's the twist. This specific coin, the 1964 no mint mark penny, has an extremely rare feature that makes it incredibly valuable. In fact, a specimen of this penny has been valued at a staggering $1.7 million. So, what makes this penny so special? Let's break it down. To understand the rarity, we need to look at the mint mark and the circumstances behind it. Normally, a coin's mint mark indicates where it was produced. For example, if a penny was minted in Philadelphia, it would have no mint mark. If it was made in Denver, it would have a D mint mark, and if it was made in San Francisco, it would carry an S mint mark. Here's where things get interesting. The 1964 penny, in particular, was produced by both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, in the case of the 1964 no mint mark penny, the coin was mistakenly struck at the Denver mint but didn't carry the D mint mark that was supposed to be there. This mistake was likely a result of a stamping error that led to the coins being circulated without a mint mark. While this might sound like a small detail, it's this very imperfection that makes the coin so valuable today. Now, most people would overlook a missing mint mark, but collectors know that errors like this are extremely rare and highly sought after. The 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those errors that collectors dream of finding. In fact, in 2018, a 1964 no mint mark penny was sold for an astronomical price, $1.7 million. This penny fetched such an outrageous price because of its rarity, its unique error, and the demand from collectors who want to own a piece of history. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist, and as with all rare coins, their value continues to increase over time. Over the past few years, the value of the 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny has skyrocketed. What was once considered just a curious error is now one of the most valuable coins on the market. So, how can you tell if you have one of these elusive pennies? First, check the year. Obviously, it should be 1964. Next, look for the absence of a mint mark. A 1964 penny with no mint mark should not have the usual D or S marking you'd expect. If you find one, you might just have a rare treasure in your hands. While it's extremely rare to find one of these coins in circulation, it's not impossible. You could find one in a coin roll or a box of old pennies passed down from relatives. If you do, get it professionally appraised as its value could be in the millions. Before we wrap up, here's a quick reminder. Not every 1964 penny is worth a fortune. The 1964 no mint mark error is a very specific and rare find. But for those lucky enough to come across one, it's a discovery that can lead to serious cash. Thank you for watching today's video on the 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and tips. We're going to explore one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies out there, the 1992 D mint mark Lincoln penny. But this isn't just any penny. This coin has an interesting history, and believe it or not, it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million in today's market. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on this seemingly ordinary penny, and you'll understand why it's so coveted by collectors and investors alike. Let's dive in. before we get into the specifics of the 1992 mintmark penny, let's first talk a little about the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in American numismatics. Over the years, it has gone through many changes, including modifications to the design, the composition of the coin, and the mintmarks. The Lincoln penny has been struck in a variety of different years, and each year carries its own set of rare variations. But there's something special about certain years that can make them worth much more than just 1 cent. Today, we're going to focus on a specific year and mintmark, the 1992 which has recently garnered some serious attention. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies, many of which are still in circulation today. However, there's a very particular error associated with the 1992 penny that sets it apart from the rest. It's a case of what's known as a close AM variety. The AM, in America, on the reverse of the coin appears closer together than it does on a regular 1992 penny, and this error is a key part of its value. When it comes to the Lincoln penny series, mint errors can lead to significant increases in a coin's value. Collectors and investors search for these unique variants because they're rare and often only come to light after years of being overlooked. The 1992 close AM penny is one of those examples. Now, let's talk about the market value of the 1992 close AM penny. While it may sound unbelievable, there have been reports of certain examples of this coin selling for as much as $1.8 million. But how could a single penny be worth so much? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Only a handful of these coins have been discovered, making them incredibly rare. Most 1992 pennies don't feature the close AM error and are worth only a few cents. However, when one of these rare specimens does appear, collectors are eager to get their hands on it. The combination of rarity and the immense demand from collectors has pushed the value of these coins to extraordinary levels. So, how can you tell if your 1992 penny is worth a small fortune? The most significant distinguishing feature of the 1992 close AM penny is the spacing between the A and the M in America. On a regular 1992 penny, the A and the M are spaced far apart. However, on the close AM version, the A and the M are much closer together, almost touching. The mintmark, D, will be located right below the date on the obverse front of the coin. Make sure it's clear and legible. Like any collectible item, condition is key. A well-preserved coin, particularly one with no noticeable wear, scratches, or damage, will be worth far more than a coin in poor condition. As we mentioned earlier, the 1992 close AM penny has been known to sell for around $1.8 million, but this is only the case for coins in pristine condition. The value depends on a variety of factors, including rarity, condition, and demand. Some coins have even sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction, but finding one of these rare pennies is a challenge. The reason these coins are so expensive is simple: they are extraordinarily rare, and there are only a handful of known examples in existence. When a collector finds one, it's like hitting the jackpot. It's a once-in-a-lifetime find, and the potential return on investment is huge. If you're lucky enough to have a 1992 close AM penny, or if you're thinking about hunting for one, here are a few tips. Before you buy or sell, make sure you understand the market value of the coin. Get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer who can confirm whether it is the rare, close AM variety. Coins like these are often sold at major auction houses, where collectors from around the world bid on rare and valuable specimens. If you want to sell your coin, make sure you work with a trustworthy dealer who understands the value of rare mint errors. They can help you get the best possible price. The 1992 mintmark Lincoln penny may seem like just another cent, but its unique error and the rarity of its close AM variety have made it one of the most valuable coins in existence. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting to get into coin collecting, this penny is a great example of how rare mint errors can turn a simple coin into a fortune. Remember, the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and sometimes, the most unlikely finds can become incredibly valuable. So, The next time you're going through your change, keep an eye out for that 1992 D penny. You never know, you could be holding $1 million coin. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing coin stories.